So, what are we doing? We're building a second hangar. This one is twice the size of that one, of course. Now we've got 4 Spitfires. We got 2 smallish bombers. We've got 7 Gladiators to be thrown away as needed, because that's their job. Building the 3rd runway, because we need to do that in order to get our base up to the next level. It's just taking forever to get it done. The repairing, or what are they doing? This is repairing the airplanes. This is what they do. What else? Our main choke point at the moment is producing repair parts for the planes. For some reason, this workbench is not really doing anything. It's supposed to be producing... Oh, maybe I have this backwards. I should probably build the electronics first. Oops. Is that it? Son of a bitch. I bet that's what the problem is. But no, they've been making some of these down to 43. We do have a 4 repair. Well, we just got some, so that's what that's from. So let's swap these around. Does it matter what the order is? Didn't mix. Never even occurred to me. So make the electronics first. Oh, there's a little thing we could have used. Oh, well. That. So anyway, electronics, then build those. Maybe. Make a bunch of DLCs for Baldur's Gate. Or sorry, not Baldur's Gate. Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. Makes you wonder if you bought a complete base game. Yes, it is. The base game is complete. It's got a storyline and everything. The DLCs are just like little side stories type deal. And actually a conclusion to the actual story too. Because this takes place before, or Battlestar Galactica Deadlock takes place before the new version of the TV series started. So there's no Adama and that kind of stuff. It takes place like 20 or 30 years before then, something like that. But there's a story in the main game, and then the DLCs are kind of like additional stories to finish it off. And the thing is the base game is like almost like a 4X game, because you have to go out and control star systems and stuff. And all the DLCs are more like a storyline type deal, stories, where you don't have to do management of controlling star systems and stuff like that. It's just basically more story. It's just basically storyline. Just fight different battles and different objectives, that kind of thing. But the base game is a full game. It's just the DLCs are just different. They add new units and new weapon types and that kind of thing. But yeah, the base game itself is a complete game. Okay, so gardening tiles. Pilot competition. No, not again. So, who's our best pilot? Lewis is going to give us a 77% chance of winning that. James. Oh, there's only one pilot. So, James 74. Neil is 73. Missing somebody here. We're supposed to have 4. Ah, there we go. William 74. So it was Lewis. Lewis is one of our longtime pilots, so he's the more skilled of the Spitfire guys. He's been around. He's our first Spitfire, I think. He has to be with that skill. So anyway, 77% chance to win this. He has lost this competition, I believe, twice, but won it once, I think. I'm pretty sure he's won it once, and I know he's lost it at least twice. So, anyway. Get some sleep. Go kill some stars. And then go into competition. I don't know exactly what a competition would be, but... this stuff isn't being done. Is this... Oh, I'm only telling him to do one tile at a time? That needs to change. Anyway, medium fighter interception. Of course, after our one guy goes off for a little competition. Let's see if we can handle this with just one or two Spitfires. Probably should. 49. Gladiator? 84. $99. So 2 Spitfires and a Gladiator. 99% chance of success. Let's do it. Who's snoring? So anyway. So you can only prioritize each one of these one at a time. That's to get the seeds going. Off they go. Win your little competition. And mission successful. So, yes, we won the competition. Hooray. Go, Lewis. Victory point for that. So we're up to 9 again. It was a Final Fantasy Tactics console game. Originally, yes, but it's out on PC now. It's been out for... not too long ago, I think it came out for PC. Yeah, it's a little overpriced. It's not a little, it's a lot overpriced. Faster. We need more food. And enemy squad successfully shot down. They never stood a chance. Despite the fact we took some damage. 23 on that poor Spitfire. No problem. And we got an injured pilot. Hopefully he doesn't bleed to death on that runway. And who got shot. Injured. Nope, no Spitfire people. Whoever got injured, apparently they were able to walk over to the hospital. There he goes. So who was this? You're field mechanic. You're not that guy. So Neil. He was in one of the Spitfires, I think. He's a new guy, sort of, kind of. Game takes you back, way back. Well, yeah, that's why I feel that it's a little overpriced for a game that they basically came out, what, 20 years ago? And it's basically the same game. Having said, this is, of course, I'm the same person that paid, for enhanced editions of Baldur's Gate and others. Didn't have a problem paying for those. Basically the same when they came out. So I take that back. That makes me look bad, doesn't it? Oh, God, we need more ammo. We're running out of ammo for our planes. We need that stuff first. That way. And the bombs after that. Sega. I can't remember the name of the game, but I played the... that style on the Sega. It was probably, I'm going to say, Dark Wizard. Maybe. No, was it Dark Wizard? I think Dark Wizard was sort of like that. It was in that general genre. I want to say it was Dark Wizard. I may or may not have played the P out of it too. It was like Sword or Silver. Oh, well. There were so many games back then. Not that there aren't like today, but a little bit harder to follow back then. I think we're getting. Are they drinking water for breakfast? I guess you don't have a choice when there's not enough food, huh? No. Prepare the tiles. Centaur Spear Guy. Hey, that doesn't sound familiar. Dangerous Recon Mission. Another one? Brian Quinn. Looks like you might be able to doing this one. 77%. And Francis. 99% chance. Success for a recon with the gladiators. Works for me. Work. Lots of food to grow. How long until this stuff is ready? Growing. Days until harvesting 4. You guys are going to starve to death. And success. So, enemy found and eliminated. We stopped their scouting efforts. Good job. Beans. So many beans. We're up to 11 victory points. How's our... Ooh, this is done. Okay, so... Big boy. The Sterling, right? So, big Sterling. Oh, we got 7 crew. I don't think we have enough space to sleep all these guys. I screwed up and I got distracted and I didn't build another barracks because I got distracted doing stuff. Let's see, mushroom. Now, speaking of, seeing that we're hurting for food, we need to start harvesting some berries and stuff so you guys don't totally starve to death. Shrooms. Totally distracted. Wasn't paying attention. Too busy talking about video games that I'm not really playing. Harvest the mushrooms. Because you can live on mushrooms, you know. Berries and stuff. Okay, that should keep me busy for a while. So we still need another barracks, though. Where do I want to put it? Put it over here, or do I want to put it over here? Put it behind the this way. Go eat over here, or we can just build it right here. I don't think there's anything growing that's important in this area. Or we can just build it right. Barracks. I could just build it right here. Heavy bomber interception. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Send out the 4%. That seems wrong. Send out all the Spitfires. 61. 92. Got room for one more? Heal. 96. I think we'd be a little bit more effective in that, but okay. So we spotted a large bomber squadron heading for the city. Intercept immediately. Off we go. Don't get shot down, please. Okay, so we can do a barracks right here. They can eat over there. Warning, or barracks right here. It's not that far. There's nothing really growing here. Lots of room over here. I don't think we're going to be expanding our hangars this way. Yeah, we'll build it here. Bricks. Can we get it bricks? You should make it bricks and wood, actually. Buildings. 4. So, barracks. Let's see. Beds, if we do perpendicular to what we're looking at, there are 2 spaces. So we do that, 2, space 2, space 2. So we get 3 rows this way, or columns. Let's do that. Door. That doesn't work out too well, but door there, put the door here. That'll be fun. And to look at it with Shining Force, that sounds familiar. I never really played it, but it does definitely sound familiar. So some windows. Not a big deal. Should be fine. Some windows for them to look into or look out of. And then see if we can do a wooden roof. So, brick walls, wooden roof. How are we doing on planks? We got 100 planks, so that's no problem. We got 100 bricks, that might be a little tight, but we'll see. Okay, that's good. Then college football took up your days. College football, the video game. Funny how much you have changed. College football, the game. No Madden, huh? Because Madden was pretty huge back then, you know. Not like it's changed at all. Oh, actually, it's very different than it is from today. Before Madden, Uh, Genesis was not before Madden. Madden came out in like 1987 on the Apple and the PC stuff. Was a Saturn. Well, yeah, it even predates. I mean, like I said, Madden was out before that. Pretty sure. Because Madden was definitely out in 88 for sure, possibly 87. Let's go back and look at it for PC games, not necessarily console. But consoles, I think it came out somewhere around 90 or 92, I think, for Genesis and stuff. Madden is 2026 now, right? But that's not the original Madden. Mission successful. Bomber successfully intercepted before they reached the city limit. And we got a little bit of damage, but nothing too bad. It's another point for... Oh, we're up to 12 points again. This is why we need a barracks. We got a couple spaces down here, right? Desperately need a barracks. Still have enough chairs for everybody. Storing some herbs. Gardening. Guess we don't have enough seeds for grain. What, Madden? Yeah, 88 sounds about right. Because I have the original on disc. I have the original on disc. 5 1/4 floppy. I have the original Madden, John Madden Football. Back then, when it first came out, it was John Madden Football. Before they attached all the numbers and stuff to it. Claim supply drop. So we are tasked with dropping off a parachute cargo at a nearby outpost. So I don't know if... So it looks like bombers are going to be the thing here at 40. 33%. Where's our other bomber? Here you are. 92%. Gladiator in for fun. 99. There we go. Was that until 93? Yeah, and I think that's when they moved over to John Madden, or until just Madden, and then they just numbered it by year. That's what they did. I want to say, I'd have to look. I probably have the cartridge for the first Madden one for Genesis and stuff. My brother and I, we may have punched a few times over playing that game, just saying. Just a few punches might have been thrown. But it's 2026, not 2016. Yeah, that means nothing. Just so you know, that the year means nothing. They changed. That's changed a couple of different times over the years how they did that. Like Madden 20, when it came out, was the 20-year anniversary, and because I have that for the... Do I have it for the PC or do I have it for the Xbox? I can't remember, but they did that kind of stuff. They played with the titles through the years. You have 2008 and... But I'm saying Madden 2020, Madden 20 was, I think it was... When did that actually come? I don't even remember when it came out. It was supposed to be the 20-year anniversary, and that would have been, what, 2018? Something like that? Or older? I don't know. I just have to go back and look. But no, when it hit Genesis and stuff, it was... They've always goofed around with the titles, with the numbers and stuff. Anyway, mission successful. We delivered the cargo right on point by parachute. Good job, guys. No damage. So, building our little barracks here for our friends. Oh shit, we have all... We need to start spending points. What? Turn to Madden 95 and 94. Yeah, like I said, it's done stuff. They've always had a weird naming thing for Madden. That's the way it is. So what am I going to spend these points on? Airplane shop. Mainly because I don't have any place for anybody to sleep at the moment. I guess I could put a couple of beds in, because we are full. Again, I screwed up. I got totally distracted. In 2013, they named it Madden NFL 25. So yeah, well, if it came out in 1998 or 1988, I went back to Madden NFL 15 in 2014. Yeah, see, they're goofy. They've always been goofy that way. Though rhyme no reason to some of the title names. Somebody's actually, so I did figure out what it was. I was doing this wrong. I had the wrong order here. So the order actually matters if the piece before or the piece after, depending on the piece before it. I had this flipped around. That's why they weren't making them. Oh, well, no problem solved there. Still would like a priority thing though. Die on the hill that EA sucks. Well, I think the original, was it EA? Yeah, the original is EA. The reason I can see that the original game, John Madden Football, is from Electronic Arts is I literally have it sitting on my desk right now. I have the box on my desk. They took away college. College football's back though. They brought it back a year or two ago. College football's back because college football 2020, college football 26 is out. Yeah, I know it went away, but now it's back. So don't get too upset about it. Oh, we're missing a gunner. We need a gunner here. How did that happen? Ground crew, don't. Busy. So that's 8. What happened to these guys? I don't remember anybody on the ground dying. That one's taken care of, and this one. I don't remember anybody dying. I think I have a black eye. Oh, it's a patch. They had a black eye. That would have been awesome if they had actual, they dislike each other and get into fist fights like they do in RimWorld and stuff. That would be a neat little twist. But it would be very bright. Hey, there's our third runway. So are we? And that's not enough. 3 plus runways, minimum 6 parking spots. Runway tier 3. We have a tier 3. That's a tier 3. So what's the deal? So runway tier 3, we have one. minimum 3 runways, minimum 6 parking spots. We have more than that. So I'm confused. And actually, we don't need to get in so many parts anymore now that we're making our own. Go back to the metal stuff. So we can make our own stuff. Oh, actually. How are we doing on... And scramble time. I paused just in time. Oh, we have 55 meals. Good job. Okay. Currently have 2008 GOG. Then on Steam we have 221, 220. Stopped when they stopped changing the game and just changed textures of player names. Yeah. Are my runways labeled? What do you mean labeled? They're airstrip. They have no labels. So that's a tier 1. Here's a tier 2. Here's a tier 3. The question is this. Runway tier 3. I don't really know what minimum 3 plus runways. You can't need more runways, right? It's kind of crazy. You can't be tier 3, tier 3s. That's crazy. A minimum of 3. Well, yeah, minimum of 3 means you have to have at least 3. But you could have more. That's what the plus means. And it just means you have to have at least 3. Which we do. 3 plus. What does 3 plus mean to you, Brew? While you're typing that in, scramble. Secure that. This one's gonna get shot down, so we'll save him. These guys are healthy. You're probably gonna get shot down, but you'll be fine. This one, we just don't want to get shot down. Well, there's disposable. But, anyway. Go get them. But they meant 4 minimum? That usually hasn't worked that way, though. Because when I did the Group B one, it was 2. It's basically the same wording as this one, except the wording was runway tier 2. Minimum of 2 plus, and then minimum of whatever parking spots it was, probably like 4. But it was the same wording except for the numbers were just changed. Like it was tier 2 and it was minimum 2, so 2 plus, and it worked fine. Because I've had been B group field for a while before I built the 3rd runway, so it's confusing. What are you parking? Planes or cars? Yes. Oh, they're actually going to use the new runway too. Good job, guys. So now we can actually launch 3 planes at once. How's that for coordination? Collision over there. No big deal. So dramatic. This one's not going to be joining us because it's beat up, sort of, kind of. Yeah, it's at half health. You know, you can use this one. Use that runway right there. Do it. It's open. It's not alpha, it's early access. More of a beta. This is definitely not an alpha. It's way too developed for an alpha. Hey, look, we shot down 3 planes. Only lost 1. Now the bad guys are coming in still. So now we leave it up to our anti-aircraft cannons, and that died. So they're coming in for a different direction. Ouch! Good thing we didn't have any planes on the ground. They've been coming from left to right. They don't usually come from right to left, which means we're going to need more guns on that other side. But I don't think it did any real damage to us. Because it doesn't look like any real damage. Fingers, yeah, not too bad. So we had no planes on the ground. It's no big deal. No real damage. So now we need more guns, or AA. $92 bricks. Food. I think we're okay with food now, aren't we? Yeah, 55 meals. Lots of water. Got our fields going. Somewhat. So, beans, grain, and potatoes. How come the grain's not being grown? Seeds, that's why. Lots of bean seeds. Ah, I see, ready to harvest. You guys should harvest that stuff. Time of day is it? Almost 10 o'clock in the morning. So working hard. Bringing parts over still because we have bricks. What's the deal? Brick roof. Oof. Unassigned defense stations. What? Ah, what happened? Did somebody get hurt during our bombing run? Oh, don't put Gwendolyn in there. Frederick, you can do that job. So what happened? What happened to that person? Are they growing old and moving on with their lives, or somehow they're getting injured and dying? Not dying, because we still only have 3 dead. So. How much metal do we have? 106. So. We're just waiting for this to week 19 to finish. 1 day. Oh no, we're waiting for a shipment in 1 day. There we go. So that's going to be bringing in a bunch of metal for us so we can get this done. Ashka Cook, you did say you were running out of food. We've seemed to have resolved that issue. Because there's our food stuff in here. So we have a nice little stash of food. Well, it's not a nice little stash, but it's a stash of food. But we got meals. 14. There's 25 meals there. 45 meals. So we're good on meals now. We got some water, some extra food. Just got to wait for this stuff to grow. Some of this stuff was ready for harvest, wasn't it? It's growing. 4 days. That's 8 or 6, whatever it is. That's ready to harvest. Some of the stuff is ready for harvest. Harvest that. Wow, that happened magically. And week 19. So, see, see the way the wording is? Requirements 4+ missions and have a 50% success rate. Achieved 6+ missions and 100% success. So, we did 6. It says it's 6+. We only did 6, but it says plus. So, the plus it doesn't really mean 7. It just means 6. And 4 means 4. Because all we had to do is better than 4 missions or more at a 50% success rate. We are at 6 out of 100%. So we get our stuff. And that's the confusion part about here, because it's the same wordage. We're missing a plane. Why are we missing a gladiator? Oh, we did make A. So I don't know what the requirements were there, but we made it. Maybe it only gets updated on the week. I bet that's what it was. How about my missing people? Oh, I see. I see. Soylent Green hamburgers for lunch. Is that what you're saying? So now we can get our tier 3 stuff, which would be this thing, which we can't build. Oh, that's right. We don't. We do. That's right. We do have the big landing pad or parking space for the bomber. We just don't have place for the crew to live. That's what this building's for. And it's currently 5 o'clock in the morning. Get to work. Hurry up. So can I start putting beds in here? I forget. I don't think so. Oh, no, we can. Yeah, we can start putting beds in here. Put them in this way, too. It'll be fine. There's 9 people there, and that shouldn't take too long to get built. So we need to burn these points before we start losing them. In this case, the short Sterling. So this is a nice big bomber. 30 meters wide, 26 meters long, 8 machine guns, 6,400 kilograms, right? 8 kilogram bombs. Ceiling of 5,000 feet. Wow, that's not very high up. 5,000 meters. Range of 3,700 kilometers. It's not too horrible. But anyway, biggest plane that we have available to us now. So, ta-da. Let's watch this sucker fly in. Well, that was fast. That's delivery. Ta-da. One of the biggest frustrations with Madden, the game is $70. Yeah, that's because they blamed the NFL on that one. Because, Madden has EA has to pay licensing rights to use the names of players and stuff. That's not cheap, and because of the only ones that can use it, the NFL is screwing them over hard for that one. So that's why they charge so much. There's 2 people to blame there. There's EA, and then there's the NFL, the Players Association, to blame there too, because they're just trying to make money off of us. Especially when they put out a crappy version of a game every year. There's no real improvements. They're basically screwing you over. I haven't bought a Madden game in years. I have like what 24 and 25, but that's because of Game Pass. I love Game Pass. You don't have to pay for that crap. But yeah, EA has been a problem for sports games for a long time. Because when they got exclusive rights to the NFL player names, they basically ruined the football game. What's the right word? Genre for PC gaming and consoles. Ever since then, they have no real competition since the early 2000s when they got exclusive rights. It's been horrible since then because there's no competition, so they've got no reason to improve what they have. So it sucks. Like back in the 90s when front page sports was around still, and they weren't in direct competition with Madden because they were doing a different style of gameplay and stuff, but they still had the rights to NFL player names. And then Madden got the exclusive rights in the late 90s, early 2000s, and fantasy sports just disappeared because of it. Because that's what people want. For their sports games, they want to be able to play their favorite players. And if you don't offer that to people, you're not going to have a very big audience, and it's just wrong. It shouldn't be allowed. That's just me. But I know I'm not. I'm not alone. My brother is way more passionate about me than I am. He makes me look very calm and smooth when we start getting in these conversations. He gets so worked up. He is so pissed at EA. Front Page Sports was our favorite football game. We used to play the crap out of that. And when they took the names away, it was just like, ugh. It was horrible. Just ruined our lives basically. Because there hasn't been a good football game since the early 2000s. In all honesty, there really hasn't. And I mean, if you like Madden, you like the arcade type style, great. But there's more to football than just pounding buttons on a controller and trying to make people dodge. It's much deeper than that. And Front Page Sports kind of brought that, and it just, like I said, when they lost the license for the players, it killed them. Not just football though, SimCity and The Sims. Hey, don't talk about The Sims. Mrs. Gippy loves The Sims. She loves that stuff. I honestly don't have any problems with The Sims. It's a fun little game to goof around with and do all kinds of fun stuff. And Mrs. Gimpy loves it. She loves playing her dress up dolls and all this other fun stuff. She's nothing but a kid at heart when she plays that game. It is so obvious that she is just going back, 30, 40 years in her life. It's so obvious when she plays that because she's always, dressing up her people and looking for more clothes and outfits and all that kind of stuff. She loves that shit. And I don't have a problem with it. So, I mean, it's a great game for its audience, but it's so franchised. Well, yeah, because it's huge. That's what happens when games become successful. They're franchised, and that's what it is. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, that's kind of what as a business, that's what you're really hoping for. To tell you the truth, you're dreaming for stuff like Madden and The Sims to be under your control as a business, because the amount of money you can make off of them is crazy. And that's what people are in business. That's what businesses are in business for. It's to make money. It's not to make us necessarily happy. It's for themselves to make money, that's just the way it is. Anyway, check out the rainy area close by. Oh, this is just another surveying thing, right? 88%. 99%. Go find stuff. Sort of. Okay, so we have a new bomber. Short Sterling. It's gonna need a... You don't really put these planes in the hangars, do you? I guess you could. It's a lot of... that's a big hangar. Because that's how big that hangar is gonna have to be for this thing. Just for one plane seems a little... Yeah. So there's actually no combat. As far as what, pointing and clicking on stuff to shoot? No, not that kind of... It's all automated. It's all automated. So far. I mean, I don't know if there will be anything other than that. I haven't, like I said, I haven't looked completely at the roadmap. We could take a look at it real quick, actually. This is probably a good spot to do that. Let's do that. So we'll save here. This, like I said, there should be a roadmap on the front and that loading screen. I spelled Twitch wrong. Twitch deserves it. Might have spelled it wrong too. So main menu. You're not dropping bombs or picking targets. No. There's a roadmap. Okay, so this is stuff they were in. Alpha 6, Early Access Release, Scramble. That's a thing. So those are planned features. Wish they made us tight. I wish they made the font smaller. So stuff to work on. Bikes on the airfield. Character quirks and personality. That'd be nice to see if they can match up with the RimWorld a little bit there. Public map editor. That's, making the game a little bit more flexible. GUI mini map. Yeah, that might be useful. Third map and 3D assets. 3D assets would be huge. Improved pathfinding, yeah, of course. Planes crashing on the map, oof. Repairing crashed enemy planes, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Prisoners in cells, so that'd be interesting how they work that in with no actual direct combat. Generate and spend intel, see how that works. Linear beginner tutorial would be really useful. Night shift for people, yes, I talked about this last week, having shifts. Even though this game doesn't necessarily need shifts, the way things are working, I don't know if shifts are necessary. They might give a little bit more flexibility or options, but in all honesty, I don't think that's not going to help too much. It's not going to make a big difference, I don't think. Towers and tower jobs. Depends on what that is. What they mean by that. Better boss dog and other pets. So another dog running around. Fishing and rivers on the map. Extra food there. That'd be cool. Working door and gate animations. That's just quality of life type stuff. Lights during the night. Not a big deal when you don't have shifts, so I can see that coming in if they do the shifts thing. Plane designation and decal projectors. So plane designation, I asked for this as I've said that the last couple of weeks now. We need to be able to change their names there. Better wall camera, yes please. Historical missions, sure, why not? Power lines and generators. There's no power right now in the game, so it's another basically currency to play around with, which is okay. That's consistent with this genre, so that's not a big deal. Is there a campaign? Not yet. Getting sick and recovering, sure. Multi-floor buildings, yes please. Tractors and cars? What would you need that stuff for? I don't know. Mission modding, there you go.
Hey Gimpy,
Plane
it
modding.
is time to stop.
Plane battle.
Your dinner will be
Over
ready
here, that'd be
shortly
good.
and Mrs. Gimpy wants to actually talk to you.
Fires, oof.
Make sure you tell everyone to have a great day
Plane
or evening
skins.
and we will see them tomorrow.
Plane painting.
Also,
not too bad.
make sure to remind them to hit the follow button and visit your YouTube channel.
There we go. Fuel pipes and pumps. So that's a way of getting the fuel. Yeah, that makes sense to what this game is. So I would be interested to see how they pull that off. Nearby village trading, that would be helpful. Trading food and supplies with nearby villages, how they work it or how they put it in will be interesting. Nearby village relation, so same is related to that. Terraforming, real terraforming, not just changing the texture or the type of surface, but actually lowering hills or digging hills, whatever. Livestock for, of course, more food. A new faction. I wonder what they mean exactly by that. Planes and guns and ammo, wildlife and hunting. There you go. So that's the roadmap as we know it. So we'll see. So we're like we have through November there. Terraforming with bombs, yes, Leo, with bombs. But anyway, I like this game. It's again, we're just into this basically the second update coming out of alpha into early access. Um, the scramble thing, the scramble mechanic is interesting. It could use a little bit more work as far as sharing information, what's going on, that kind of thing. I would say it still needs a little work. The first aid thing is nice because it allows you to people that have injuries. They can die from those injuries if you didn't get to them, didn't get help to them fast enough, that kind of thing. That's we've only lost what 2 or 3 people now because of that. It's no big deal. But no, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. We just got a big bomber too, so that's not too bad. Got our fields up to tier 3. Yeah, we got a tier 3 runway earlier today, and we have 3 runways now, so our base got upgraded. And the upgrade isn't. This took a second or two to realize or to see it actually, because they don't tell you. Again, this game, early access, so it's lacking some documentation on how things are supposed to work. But when your base upgrades based on how big it is. In this case, we're moving from a B size airfield to an A, and in order to do that, we had to have 3 runways and have one of them at least be a tier 3 and have so many parking spaces for your planes. We had all that covered, and then I got the last thing I had to do was build the 3rd runway, and it was completed. And I'm looking at the screen. It's like, we didn't get upgraded. We didn't get upgraded. And then a week goes by, and after the week is done, it's done its thing. Ta-da! We've got upgraded to the A field, and so that's what it was. It's not an automatic upgrade. You've got to make it through the week, because things can happen during that week, during that time frame. You can have everything built, and then stuff can go wrong, I guess. And that's just the way it is. Not a big deal, but there's no documentation to explain how that works. But again, that's early access, and hopefully they'll work on that. But anyway, that's that. So, but again, good game. I like it, and we'll see how it goes. Yep. Okay, so that's going to be it. I need to go get my dinner because it's getting cold. So, yeah, that's it. So if you're specifically for Round of Aces, we might play this again next Thursday. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. We'll see how the week goes on and go from there. Having said that, stream scheduled for the next couple of days. Tomorrow is Friday, so we should be back to Celasta multiplayer with Jeff, Hobo, and Hurricane. Saturday is Star Sector. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday should be more Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. Wednesday, MechWarrior 5, Mercenaries, and possibly Path of Exile for the second half of the stream there on Wednesday. And the next Thursday, like I said, not sure where we're going to be yet. So, say hi to Mrs. Gippy. Okay. Her knee is fine. She's doing fine. She's recovering slowly but surely. Taking a little bit longer than she'd like, but that's how knee injuries work. Trust me. Trust me. So, she doesn't trust me. So, I have no experience with knee injuries. She doesn't believe anything I say. I go, she says, but the doctor says I'll be fine by this date and stuff. And I go, when do you see the doctor next? She goes, oh, I don't see him for another, this was, a couple weeks back. She goes, I don't see him for like another 4 weeks yet. And I go, yeah, until you see the doctor, anything can, you're still technically healing, because unless he says you're released, you're not. You're still in the healing process. So until you see him for the last time, you need to relax a little bit and just understand that you're not completely healed yet. It takes time for knee injuries. They're not done in like a week or 2. It takes months for knee injuries to properly heal. Trust me. Trust me. So anyway, so she's getting better. She's just going very impatient because she's just the way she is. And so anyway, she's fine. But I'll let her know you guys are concerned about her. Oh, having said that, tomorrow we're doing the weekly Rocket Report, trying to get Mrs. Gimpy to join us because Saturdays is Rocket's 18 years and 6-month birthday is Saturday. So we're going to be hopefully talking about that a little bit tomorrow, trying to get her to join us and see how it goes. Is pushing it too much? She has stopped doing the pushing too much thing. She was really into doing the physical therapy, and she was doing it all the time and stuff. And I told her, you better slow down there a little bit, because you can do too much physical therapy. You can overdo it, especially when you're not sure exactly what you're doing, because you're not being monitored by a physical therapist when you're at home. I know they told you they gave you instructions and told you what to do and stuff, but you're still not being monitored by a professional when you're doing that stuff. And you need to, cut it back a little bit. Don't overexert yourself. Take it easy. Give it time. Just be patient. It's all about being patient, and she can be very impatient, and that's the problem. So, anyway, we'll talk about that later. Like I said, tomorrow, Rocket report, and we'll talk about Rocket and his 18th and a half birthday coming up Saturday. So that's it. I gotta go eat my dinner. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was fun as usual. And tomorrow, stream starts at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. GMT for some more Celasta multiplayer. So have a great evening, great day, wherever you happen to be. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you tomorrow.